don't know. And again, welcome back to my channel. But if you're new here, you know that everything about my channel is mainly revolved around motherhood, lifestyle, and home decor. So today is a video going to be a Q&A. Like, I put up an Instagram, or on Instagram, a Q&A for just mommy related stuff. So I got a lot of good questions, so I just figured it would be easier to do a video and address all of your questions. So yeah, I'm gonna get right into it. Hopefully this video won't be too long. And again, the questions are in no particular order. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right to it. Okay, so the first question that I received was, how was introducing solids? And this individual, or this mom, just started rice. So we introduced solids like when Naylan was like 5.5 going on 6 months. And we did start with the rice cereal and then moved on to the oatmeal. And I just did it in small increments. I started like 1 time a day for 1 feeding, and then went to like 2 feedings. But then I did the rice cereal and the oatmeal for maybe like 3 weeks, and then I just was like, okay, like, we got the clearance from her doctor, which is recommended. So like a little after 6 months, I started her just with purees. I was using the NutriBullet Baby to make all of her purees, so just like with bananas, like 1 item, you know, single ingredient purees. I'm just starting off because that is what's recommended. And again, that's just to, you know, allow her stomach to get adjusted and to be able to help identify if there are any allergies. So again, started with that 6 months. Now she is like 8.5 months. I kind of just like kind of winging it. I'm not really winging it, but just, you know, have a little bit more variety in her diet. She's moving to feeding 3 times a day on solids, of course, with still breastfeeding. And yeah, I'm just really testing the water. She doesn't seem to be a picky baby. She's pretty much, you know, haven't had any problems with any of the foods that I've given her, so that's great. But I do try to get a nice variety of like fruits and vegetables, and hopefully like after her 9-month appointment, I will start to work in more like actual meats. And another popular thing is baby-led weaning. Not something that I am doing, just because I really haven't had the time to do a deep dive in it. But if you're interested, you can definitely look up baby-led weaning, which is like you basically just give your baby like actual solid food, like off bucks, and kind of like skip the purees. But I was a little nervous about that just for choking like reasons. But again, maybe doing a little more research, but I do want to start introducing like, again, more meats and protein and more just things with more texture. So that is our spill on introducing solids. Okay, so bottle recommendations. So Nayla is primarily breastfed, but she also takes the bottle, of course, like if she's with her dad or with her grandparents or aunts and uncles for the weekend or whatever the case may be. She does take a bottle, thankfully. But for bottles, so I've only tried 2 different bottles. She never had a problem. Well, no, actually I lied. She had 3 bottles. One when she was first born, like when she was like 2-3 weeks old. I tried a Medela bottle, and she didn't like that, or she didn't take to it well. Then I tried the Nook, which she did like, and she had no problem with that bottle, but I felt like she was still spitting up a lot. So now, like basically since like 2 months old, she's been using the Dr. Brown bottles. And those are good for, you know, reducing spit up and colic and things of that nature. So she likes those bottles. You know, they definitely seem to reduce like the amount of spit up she has. So I like them. The only thing I do not like about that bottle is the cleanup. There are several parts to the bottle that have to be cleaned. So it is like a lengthy task and an added responsibility using those bottles. I think it's like 4 or 5 parts. So that's the only thing. But other than that, that is the bottle that we like and she will continue to use. At least for now, she's trying to get her to transition to like a sippy cup for her water and stuff. But again, the Dr. Brown bottles are the bottles that we primarily use. Okay, this question was really nice. So someone said, how are you juggling being a working woman, wife, and mommy so gracefully? Thank you for that. I promise you it's not always graceful. There are challenging moments, rough times, frustrating, anxiety, all of the above. But again, thank you for that compliment. And you know, my recommendation as far as just managing different roles, again, as being a wife, a mom, working, we also have our own business. I also, of course, you know, have been doing the vlogs and YouTube and stuff. So it is a lot. I think for me, what works best to like make sure I'm kind of being productive. And some days just aren't productive because that's just the life of a mom, and you know, of course your baby comes first. But just kind of planning things ahead and just being proactive, like at least like the week of or the day before, I kind of know what my day will look like. And if I can get 1 to 2 things accomplished a day, like that is, you know, that's success for me. And also, like, sometimes I think it's best if like I take a day and say, okay, today I'm going to clean, tomorrow I'm going to shoot content, the next day is you know, working on our business. So doing those type of things and kind of identifying like what my schedules looks like helps me be more productive and proactive, and like making sure I'm getting things done like in all of my categories. Some days are just, you know, some days things just don't get done, and that's just the way of life. And when she was first born, I used to really beat myself up on like being able to not get things done. But it got better, especially as she gets older. She's able to keep herself a little more entertained. I can put her down. So again, if you are a new mom and you're like getting frustrated because you feel like you can't do anything, you will get back to it, and just find something that works for you. Right now, the schedule, or you know, just whatever works. You will get back to being able to at least manage things a little better, not all the way, but a little better. But again, thank you for that compliment. And as far as like being a wife, you know, I do try to take time for my husband. You know, we try to make sure we go out. It's not often, especially with COVID, like we're kind of cautious about the things that we do. But you know, we try to make sure we spend time together and have outings. And even like having her on a schedule, like a routine as far as bedtime and stuff, that definitely helps, because we know like, okay, by 7 o'clock she'll be asleep, so we can chill, watch a movie, watch a game, or you know, whatever the case may be, or have our own personal time. So again, I think having like that schedule like kind of set in stone, so you kind of know what to expect and like what to look forward to, like knowing, okay, at 7 o'clock I know I'm going to get a break, or like I know her morning nap is going to be about an hour and a half, so I know I can do X, Y, and Z, or spend this time with my husband. So again, having a schedule for the baby that she or he kind of gets used to also helps. So period. Okay, this one might be a lengthy question, but Christmas gift ideas for infants by age. Hopefully this video is up on New Year's Eve. But if not, I think this is still good for birthdays or baby showers or whatever. If you're just looking for ideas, I didn't really write anything down, so I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. So infants by age 0 to 3 months. They really don't need much as far as like toys and entertainment. But if you're looking, like, I guess it would be more so to help the parent, or just like things for the baby to like lounge in around the house. So maybe like, I know when Naylin was first born, like when she was a newborn, we used the DockATot every day. So that is something that I would definitely recommend as an item for a 0 to 3 month year old. And of course, just like your basic items like onesies and swaddles and like muslin blankets and burp cloths, like those basic items. 3 to 6 months, maybe like a swing or some type of stationary system, because the baby is getting more active. So like maybe some play mats. Again, a swing would be a great item to get a 3 to 6 month year old, and maybe like starting with some teething toys as well. Um, 6 to 9 months, I would say, so we have a jumper that Naylin loves. So I think I got her that around 4 months. She can sit in that for like 20-25 minutes at a time. So I would definitely recommend the jumper. I would try to put the link below. Also still just teething toys, rattles, play mats, just again more interactive items. Again, very good for the 6 to 9 month age. And again, especially stuff that they can like lay on the floor because they're learning how to roll, crawl, sit up, and those type of things. So again, and even like a walker would be great. So yeah, and 9 to 12 months, I'm not there yet. I guess I will be soon. Naylor will be 9 months in January. But I guess like the same thing, items that she can, still be very interactive with, maybe more learning things, things with the alphabet. I know she'll have like get some items for Christmas, like stacking blocks and things like that to kind of, just build her motor skills. And I know my mom mentioned she got something that may help her crawl. And start to walk. So things of that nature that will kind of help enhance her motor skills as well, I think will be good for like that 9 to 12 month range. Okay, someone asked, how am I postpartum? I think that I am pretty good postpartum, and I feel like there are different levels and different degrees of postpartum. Of course, there's postpartum depression, which I did not experience, thankfully, but I did have moments of like anxiety and just like being overwhelmed and not kind of just being like, oh my gosh, like this is a lot more than I expected it to be when she was first born. But now, not saying I don't get anxiety or just frustrated or flustered with just my daily momming tasks, but overall from a day-to-day basis, I'm pretty well. I'm happy. Again, I have a great support system, and yeah, I've been really enjoying being a mom. There's no better feeling. And again, there are rough times, not gonna lie, but I love my baby. I love being a mom, and it definitely just got better with time. It's definitely something that you continue, and I'm still learning, of course, something that you definitely continue just to grow in and learn what works for you, your family, your baby. So yeah, that's about it. What has been my favorite age so far? My favorite age, I would say, is probably now, like the 6 to 9 month stage, just because her personality is coming through. She's mobile, like, well, getting to be mobile. She's able to entertain herself. She's not as like, I won't say needy, but she's not like, of course, newborn stage, they're more so just eating and sleeping, so it's definitely more demanding, especially like if you're breastfeeding, like you just kind of feel like, okay. But now I just feel like it's more like we have more of a routine. Like I know what she likes, what she doesn't like. We're just trying new things as far as eating. So I think it's just really exciting this stage because they're crossing so many milestones. So I would say 6 to 9 months for sure. How is Bruno and Baby? So Bruno, for those who don't know, is our dog. He's a Cane Corso. He is a big baby. He is going on 2 in February. And as far as him and the baby, like I really don't have any complaints. Yes, it is hard, like having a dog and a baby. But again, my husband is really good. Like Bruno is basically his responsibility and he takes really good care of him. But yeah, I feel like so Bruno, of course, was here before Naylin, and your attention definitely shifts. Like if you're a big dog lover, just be aware that it's a high probability that your attention that you gave your dog prior to the baby will be much different. So, but I still love him. It's definitely, again, like, just more things added to the plate as far as responsibilities, having a dog and baby, just making sure they're safe, or the baby's safe. Not that I think that he will ever harm her, but he is like 115 pounds, so we just have to be cautious. But as far as them together, he loves her. He always wants to lick her, which we kind of try to manage as well, but he's definitely like big bro. Like He wants to protect his little sister. He wants to lick her and make sure she's okay. And so yeah, I just can't wait till she can chase him around the house and he's like hiding and stuff from her. But overall, yeah, they're good. Favorite places to shop for babies. So I would say my number one place that I shop for Naylin is H&M, because their items are pretty affordable and they're like cute and trendy stuff. And yeah, I do most of my shopping for her online, because when I go to the store, I don't know, it just for some reason it doesn't seem to be a good selection. Sorry, I thought I deleted my questions. But yeah, H&M, everything online for the most part seems to be like my go-to place. Their sizing seems pretty accurate. Again, it's pretty trendy, reasonable, so I like H&M for her. Sometimes Zara, I can get good stuff, but I mainly like try to get their stuff on sale because it is a higher price tag, and their stuff seems to run a little big, so sometimes I don't like buying their stuff online. I'd rather find it in the store. What else? I'll get stuff from Target, but like the Carter stuff, but Carter seems to run kind of small. Like for instance, her Christmas pajamas, she was a 12-month in that, and mind you, she's 8 months, so that gives you an idea of that. And that's it really. Like honestly, I haven't done much shopping for her lately. I probably will within the next month or so, like for spring stuff. But other than that, like I would say H&M. How's working home with baby? Working from home with baby. It's it has its pros and cons. It it just depends on the day, honestly. Luckily, my husband also works from home, so we're able to kind of like, like bounce off each other. Like we kind of like, okay, well, what time do you have a meeting? And we kind of make our schedules work. Especially again, just having her on a schedule also helps, because I know like if I have a lot of work, then I'm like, okay, well, I know that she's gonna go down for a nap at this time, and I have this hour and a half to bang this out or do whatever. So again, yeah, some days things just don't get done because again, she's home with us. But again, having that schedule helps. But overall, I wouldn't change it. I prefer to be home with my baby, and especially during COVID, it's just safer. We've been saving a lot of money because we don't have to send her to daycare. So yeah, it's not bad. Has its challenging moments, but overall, I wouldn't, change it. So okay, so the last question was, how is sleep going? Sleep is really hit or miss. Like 1 week is good, the next is bad. We are currently in a bad week. I don't know, I was looking up, I guess it's like an 8-month sleep regression. So apparently like every time they learn a new skill, which I think she's like getting in the habit or trying to crawl and pull herself up, it just seems like their sleep is thrown off. I don't know if their brain is just still working. But at night, she's been waking up 2 to 3 times a night, and and she's not settling herself back to sleep. Like, but prior to this week, like last week or the week before, she was settling herself back to sleep. She was sleeping through the night. So we just took like a whole 360. So sometimes you take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and I'm just learning that throughout this entire process. Just trying to be patient, honestly, and sleep is really just hit or miss. So like my recommendation as far as sleep would be to just trust your gut. If you want to do sleep training, do that. If you don't do it. Like, don't feel forced to do any of those things. Just see what works best for you and your family. But again, we've tried like modified sleep training. I can't say I committed 100%, but I think the things that we did do to implement sleep, better sleep, did help. But again, now we're back to her waking up 2 to 3 times. So don't know how long this is gonna last. Don't really know. Like, yeah, sometimes you just kind of gotta go with the flow. And again, it's just such a blessing that we are working from home, and we're able to kind of just manage those things, because I can only imagine having to get up and go to work after, you know, constantly waking up in the middle of the night. So if you are doing that, shout out to you. You are a soldier. You are doing it, because yeah. But anyways, so that is all of the questions. This was super fun, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like these type of videos where I'm like just sitting down and addressing certain topics or answering questions, because again, this was very like kind of informative and fun, just letting you all know a little bit more about me, Naylin, and how our household works. And yeah, so definitely don't, so feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Tony Lauren, and I look forward to providing more videos for y'all in the future. So all right, bye.